Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'll be reacting to We Delete You Sam's Story Part 2. It's a creepypasta, and let's start reacting.
Please note that the following creepypasta that you are about to hear is not real. These are made-up creepypastas that I write myself. Thank you, and have a good day. This story is told in the perspective of a 16-year-old girl.
Sam. Oh, and one more thing. If you have not seen the first one, I will leave the link below. Go watch that before you watch this. Hey, Adelaide.
It's been about one day after Adelaide tried to kill Will's me. I don't fully understand yet, but I don't want to return it back to the thrift store because I feel that maybe Adelaide and I could talk it out. I went to school in silence, and
Okay. You want to talk it out to a Wii who tried to kill somebody's me? Where do you even get an axe? I mean, you could get a sword, because I know there's a sword fighting one.
I even saw Will, but he just looked at me and looked away. It was obvious that he was just as shaken up as I was. We got to our homeroom and Mr. Brenner walked in.
Alright class, I hope you all studied. Today is the Chapter 4 science test.
Mr. Brenner called out, "The science Chapter 4 test? I didn't study. In fact, I forgot about it all weekend. And if all the events that happened yesterday didn't take place, I probably would have remembered it and studied for a while." And to make matters worse, Mr. Brenner's tests can be hard. It asks you for exact details and everything that was in the study guide. As Mr. Brenner handed out the tests, I slouched back at my desk, knowing that I would fail. And then he came to my desk.
"Sam, did you study?"
I replied with a faint no.
Well, today I'll give you an adapted version, just this once. Make sure you study next time.
There's one or two kids in my class who have some minor learning difficulties, so every time we have a test, Mr. Brenner makes some adapted versions for them. And the only reason he's giving me an adapted version is because my grades have been slipping a bit. The test was still a little tricky, but I think I've done much better than I would have done on a regular version. The day went by normally after that. I saw Will a couple times, and we even made eye contact, but we didn't say a word to each other. When I got home, I sat in front of my Wii. Should I talk to Adelaide?
Imagine Adelaide can hear through the Wii even though it's not on.
Should I throw out this Wii? Those questions are still filling my mind. No. He has a soul. He is living, I said to myself. I decided to just talk it out with Adelaide. I turned on my Wii and grabbed the Wii remote. I got to the Me channel and saw Adelaide just standing there. "Adelaide, can I talk to you about something?" I asked. "What is it?" "Why did you get so mad? Sure, you don't like being deleted, but why did you react that way?"
"Because that's the only way I can react. I previously lived a real life.
Oh, wait.
My childhood was full of abuse and violence."
You lived a real life? Like you were an actual person. You were an actual person.
I took a few seconds before responding. Adelaide lived an actual life before? He was a human being at one
I gotta
time?
stop reacting to
I
this.
asked him to be more...
"Stop it. Get some help."
force anything out of him.
"All I can say is that my childhood was very rough. I was bullied, I was abused, and I was different."
How was he different? Who abused him? Why was his life so traumatic to him? I'm sorry about what happened to you, Adelaide. I hope you're feeling okay now, I said.
I feel okay mentally, but not physically.
Yeah, because you're
There was
trapped
a
in
long
weed.
pause.
Growing up as a person, I was punished for not being normal. My father was mean, while my mother was nice.
I didn't even ask him anything, but what I heard shocked me.
Oh, no.
Adelaide previously lived a
Not
real
as
life,
bad.
not a good one. His father was mean, but his mother was nice. Was Adelaide a victim of child abuse?
Oh.
My mother always loved me, but she was always sad.
At this point, I felt really bad for Adelaide. Not only in his past life, but his life right now. He said earlier, he feels okay mentally, but not physically.
And the editor I have now, it just started editing, so some stuff isn't really that good. Sorry.
I'm really sorry about your past life, Adelaide. I wish there was a way I could help, I said as I looked down.
It was not a past life. I'm still who I was before.
I looked up at the TV, confused.
I worked for the company who made the Wii, Nintendo. I died, but I still lived on in this Wii.
Wait, what? You died and now you live in the Wii?
Stood up.
I'm sorry.
Adelaide is an actual person whose spirit possesses this Wii? It didn't make any sense. I didn't understand. I didn't want to ask any more questions, so I decided to exit the Me channel. I got back to the Wii menu and noticed I received a new message on the Wii message board. I went there and found an envelope. I clicked on it, and the letter read this.
Sam, I trust you, okay? You're the first person I've ever able to trust in a long time. But please, don't let anyone delete me. You do not know how painful it is. And when I get deleted, I get violent. Sincerely, Adelaide.
I put the Wii remote down. I sat on my bed and didn't do anything. This was so much to take in. Adelaide was human? It didn't make any sense. I decided to get something to drink. I left my room and walked to my kitchen. I swung open the fridge and grabbed a Pepsi. I opened it as I walked back to my room. I'll just play some Wii Sports with Adelaide, I thought. Maybe some tennis will get him in a better mood, I said to myself. Tennis is my second favorite sport of all time, and since that was on Wii Sports, I decided to play it. I opened up Wii
Oh
Sports
my
and clicked
god,
on tennis.
Adelaide is so
I chose to play as
handsome.
Adelaide
Right?
and the game started.
Adelaide.
Flung my Wii remote upward and swung it, hitting the ball. Adelaide was very powerful. I didn't even use that much effort in my swing, but Adelaide hit the ball so hard that it sped toward the other team, and the other team was able to hit it back normally. In fact, the entire game worked normally. But every time I served, Adelaide would hit the ball so hard that the ball went as fast as the game allowed it to, even when I didn't put any effort into my swing. I won that tennis match and decided to play some baseball.
Oops.
I started it up and the game began. Adelaide was the first who was up to bat. The pitcher threw the ball and I hit it. Adelaide hit the ball hard and it went flying into the pitcher's face. From what I could guess, the game's programming thought that the pitcher caught it, thus it was out. And because of this, another me was supposed to be the batter this time, but Adelaide was there again, ready to swing the bat and get a home run. I decided to try again. The pitcher threw the ball, and I swung the Wii remote. The ball went flying out of the stadium. Thus, it was out of the park. Adelaide ran to each base, and when he passed all of them, our team got a point. I was starting to get bored after a while. Adelaide would keep getting home run after home run. It wasn't fun. There was no challenge, so I quit the game. I decided to play bowling next. Bowling was another favorite sport of mine, and I liked to go to the local bowling alley with a few friends that I had. But this was when things got out of hand. I chose Edeled as my player, and on the first 3 throws, I got strikes. I was a relatively good bowler, so I didn't think it was too weird. But the next 3 throws after that were strikes too. Maybe Edeled is better at bowling than me, I said with a slight chuckle. I held the Wii remote behind me and pressed and held the B button, and swung forward. Edeled didn't move. I tried again, and he still didn't move. I noticed that Edeled was looking the other way. He seemed to be watching a CPU Mii playing on the lane next to him. Edeled said quietly, "Kyle? Was this the same Kyle that Edeled told me about?" Before I could do anything, Edeled slowly raised the bowling ball over his head. He threw it towards Kyle's head. Kyle was knocked out. He fell as a...
Everybody on Bobby's
Oh my God, sorry.
Ranch night, Hidden Valley.
Time to start taking
Oh my
care of
God.
yourself. As a massive red mark was made visible where the bowling ball hit his head. The game seemed to detect this as a strike, because the strike splash screen came up. And then the replay triggered. But in the replay, the pins didn't fall down. All you could hear was the screams and gasps of all the other Miis in the bowling alley. When the replay was finished, the camera cut back to Edeled, who had his back facing the camera. He was looking at all the other Miis staring at him. They all had shocked expressions.
Damn it.
Edeled said quietly as he ran off to the exit. The camera was following Edeled the entire time. As Edeled burst out the door, I noticed that all the area surrounding the bowling alley was just pitch black. I saw Edeled forming a brick path to walk on. He walked for a while in this blank space. I saw nothing but him in the path, and then the camera started to jitter a bit.
Sam, the camera is jittering.
So,
Because of the game's programming.
I
The
thought,
camera's not supposed to be
I
there.
didn't know what he said. I thought he said
Back to the bowling alley.
Bob.
And
Or
you're not
something.
letting it? I asked.
Yes.
Edeled responded. Edeled, what happened back there? I asked. Edeled then stopped. He sat on the ground and faced me.
Sam, remember how I told you about Kyle? Well, that was his name. I honestly have no idea why he came back. I deleted him 10 years ago.
What? I thought deleting a Mii causes them pain. Why are you causing other Mii's pain if you don't want pain? I yelled.
I deleted him because he deleted me. I was never good at resolving situations in a lighthearted manner. He caused me pain, so I had to cause him pain. I'm sorry.
Well, where do the Mii's even go when they get deleted?
That just
I asked.
reminded me of a little kid. He hurt me. So I hurt him back. I'm sorry.
Edeled sighed.
Are you sure you want to know?
Yes, I replied.
Okay then. But you need to delete me first. Once you're done with that, go to the main message board. You will see a blank envelope. Click it and then click on the video.
Edeled instructed. I went to the Mii channel after that, and I deleted him. But before I confirmed that I wanted to delete him, I spoke out. I'm sorry, I said.
It's fine, Sam. You want to know after all.
I took a deep breath as I inched the cursor over to the yes button, and then pressed A.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and stay